Another mystery buried deep in the hills of eastern Washington keeps resurfacing, a bottomless pit said to be a pathway to the paranormal.
Do you see any internal structure there?
Well, so what you do see are two lines in the middle that are saturated, meaning they're as hot as they can be, or as bright as they can be.
Drones are advanced, but nothing prepared us for what happened when one fell into Mel's hole. In its final seconds, the camera caught a glowing shape that defies all logic.
Wait. We got something!
Locals claim the pit has no bottom, animals run from it, and bizarre radio signals come from somewhere below. The drone's last image might reveal a secret that changes everything if you dare to look. Stay curious, folks. Once you see this forbidden footage, they say your nightmares will never end. Drone captures a haunting image. Few things can prepare you for the final image a drone captured while exploring a place known as Mel's Hole. The drone soared over a patch of land in Washington state, hoping to measure the pit's depth before suddenly vanishing. Just moments before it disappeared, it sent back a single, eerie image, a faint glow from somewhere far below. Viewers were shaken. Some claimed they saw shapes shifting in the haze, like figures watching from the darkness. Others felt an unsettling chill, as if the photo itself carried traces of an otherworldly presence. Animals have long avoided this pit, yet plants near its rim seem to thrive, growing faster than normal. Radio signals nearby behave oddly, picking up broadcasts from decades ago. Locals whisper that anything tossed into the hole never hits bottom. Trash, furniture, and even a beloved pet dog simply vanished. Later, that same dog reappeared alive, sending waves of speculation through the community.
The one guy claims that he threw his departed canine down into the hole. He swears the dog actually came back to him.
Government agencies soon descended, sealing off the property, leaving questions unanswered. Yet the drone's final image remains the most haunting piece of evidence to date. Experts can't agree on what they see: swirling lights, an unnatural glow, or maybe just camera distortion. Still, believers insist there's something deeper at work, something that defies logic and threatens our understanding of the world. Animals avoid the hole, but plants thrive. Animals sense danger before humans do. Around Mel's Hole, they refuse to cross its path, as if an invisible force warns them to stay away. Birds avoid flying above it. Dogs cower and whine when dragged closer. Yet in this same area, plants grow with unusual speed and vitality. People have seen flowers bloom early and crops yield more than expected. It is almost like the ground itself hums with strange energy that strengthens their roots. Some say the soil near the hole radiates warmth, boosting plant growth. Others think there is a hidden mineral or power source deep below. Whatever the reason, the difference is too big to ignore. Old radio signals seem to bleed through the air whenever you bring a device near. Static crackles and lost broadcasts from past decades echo faintly. The question remains: why do animals flee, yet plants flourish? Researchers who tried to collect soil samples found themselves dizzy at the hole's edge, as if the earth itself was pulling at them. Few stayed long enough to see the seeds sprout faster than normal. Then there is the story of a drone that soared above the pit, capturing a glowing shape before it vanished. Everyone who saw the final footage felt unsettled. Is there a link between the hole's eerie pull and the lush greenery nearby? Or is it all just a wild coincidence? Until someone solves this puzzle, animals will keep their distance, and plants will keep thriving in the most unlikely place. Locals warn each other not to linger by the rim for too long, yet they marvel at the ground's bounty. Radio signal anomalies. Radio signals near Mel's Hole have baffled everyone who dares to bring a receiver close. The moment you turn on the dial, static blasts through the speakers, followed by echoes from the past. Locals have reported hearing old news reports from the 1950s, odd music from lost eras, and even partial broadcasts of baseball games from decades ago.
Movie and baseball, watch the world's wackiest series. Edgar Kennedy helps Veronica Lake and Deanna Durbin choose sides.
Some believe the hole warps time, letting these voices from yesterday slip into our world. Even after moving away from the hole, the strange echoes linger in the air, like ghosts refusing to fade. Mel once tried to record these signals, hoping science could explain them. Yet every time he played them back, the static somehow changed. Different notes, missed words, or random bursts of unknown chatter would replace the original sounds. Individuals who listened to these recordings claimed they felt a weird sense of déjà vu, as if they had heard the messages before. Government officials supposedly set up equipment near the property, but no official data has ever been released. Some rumor that the broadcasts are top-secret transmissions, while conspiracy theorists say the signals point to a deeper puzzle. Could it be a hidden dimension, or are we simply tuning in to another frequency of reality? Whatever the answer, each new tale only adds to the hole's mystique. Radio buffs continue to visit with portable gear, trying to catch a snippet of those spooky signals. But once the static dies down, the questions remain, echoing like faint voices lost in time. Many believe these transmissions carry answers nobody dares voice, keeping the riddle of Mel's Hole alive forever. Reanimation of dead animals. Stories from Mel's Hole are already strange, but one of the most unsettling claims is the reanimation of dead animals. Locals say a man tossed his deceased dog into that bottomless pit, hoping to bury the memory forever. Far from staying lost, the dog was spotted days later, running through nearby woods. Yet it was different. Its eyes seemed distant, and it acted in ways nobody recognized. Others remained deeply uneasy. Believers insist the hole has some strange power that brings animals back from the dead, but they speak of side effects that change their nature. In the case of the revived dog, it avoided its old owner and seemed to gaze into empty space for hours. Some even reported low growls when it was approached. Whether this was genuine or rumor spread by local chatter, nobody could deny something off. Experts who studied these accounts proposed everything from chemical runoff to bizarre magnetism. Yet none of these theories explains how a dead dog starts breathing once more. Radios placed near the hole pick up eerie broadcasts from forgotten eras, fueling speculation that time itself might be twisted inside this abyss. Locals whisper that the hole shifts reality, returning the body, but never the same soul. It is a chilling thought. Whether fact or legend, the tale of reanimated animals draws determined explorers and curious onlookers to Mel's Hole. Many seek proof, some crave answers, and others remain terrified of what they might unleash. Government involvement and secrecy. The government's involvement in Mel's Hole stands as one of the most puzzling pieces of the story. Officials first arrived under the claim of protecting public safety, yet locals noticed heavy military trucks and armed guards blocking all access to the pit. The secrecy that followed raised more questions than answers, creating an uneasy hush around the strange location. Mel, the pit's caretaker, found himself challenged by unfamiliar men in suits who insisted that he no longer owned his property. They hinted at secret reasons for their presence, refusing to show proof of any real dangers. When Mel tried to share his concerns openly, these agents casually laughed, telling him nobody would ever believe his wild stories or warnings. Soon after, a strict no-fly zone appeared above the entire area, preventing aircraft from flying over the site. Even local pilots, who had once surveyed the region, lost their rights to pass overhead. Rumors spread about hidden labs or advanced drilling projects at the bottom of the pit. Some believed the government might have discovered something powerful, and they intended to keep it hidden at all costs. As the weeks passed, the story only grew stranger. Mel vanished for stretches of time, later hinting he had been bribed to stay away and remain silent. Official documents told odd tales of plane crashes and drug activity, none of which were ever proven. Glimpses of shadowy figures and cryptic radio chatter continued to spark fear. Through it all, the truth remained locked behind closed doors, fueling endless speculation and suspicion. Even today, the government's true motives remain buried alongside the pit's endless darkness. Nevada's second mysterious pit. Nevada's second mysterious pit became a focal point of intrigue after stories about Mel's hole gained attention. A Basque community in the region, intrigued by tales of a bottomless abyss, invited Mel to see if the rumors were true. Unlike the first hole in Washington, this one was on public land and lined with a smooth metal ring. Even stranger, it gave off a faint warmth. When Mel dropped a tool on the metal, no echo returned, as though the sound was swallowed by nothingness. One of the most peculiar discoveries involved what locals called burning ice. After lowering regular ice into the depths and pulling it back up, it took on an odd, dry texture. When they heated it, instead of melting normally, it burst into a steady flame that never seemed to go out. A boulder test involved lowering a sheep into the pit. Though the poor animal fought bitterly against it, those present felt they had to see what would happen. When they pulled it back up, it was dead, and inside it was a bizarre growth. Opening the growth revealed a strange, seal-like creature with eerily human eyes. Without harming anyone, the creature slipped back into the pit, leaving behind more questions than answers. Some members of the Basque group claimed this same creature later communicated with them through odd clicks and beeps on the radio, cautioning them about the potential danger of the burning ice. Bizarre experimentation with a sheep. At a mysterious second pit in Nevada, a tense moment arose when curious locals decided to lower a live sheep into the darkness. This strange idea emerged from their desire to understand the pit's odd powers. Everyone gathered around, uneasy about what might happen. The sheep itself seemed to sense danger, struggling far more than expected. After much effort, they managed to lower it 1,000 feet below the surface. Disturbing humming noises surrounded them, and the tension grew thicker by the minute. When they finally pulled the crate back to the surface, they discovered the sheep had died. More unsettling was the sight of a large, pulsing growth inside its body. The group decided to open the growth, unsure of what they might find. To their overwhelming shock, a small, seal-like creature slipped out. It had odd, human-like eyes and seemed calm despite its bizarre entrance into the world. Nobody could explain how or why it formed within the sheep. As they stood there in stunned silence, the creature directed its gaze toward the pit. Sensing it wanted to return, one of the onlookers carefully took it closer to the rim. Then, without hesitation, the eerie being vanished back into the depths. Soon after, people talked about unusual effects on their health, with some, like Mel, reporting miraculous recoveries. Could this odd event reveal hidden healing forces, or was it merely another creepy twist tied to these bottomless holes? Healing powers and personal transformation. Healing can come from the strangest places, and for Mel Waters, that extraordinary place was a bottomless pit in Nevada. After living with a desperate health condition, doctors had given him little hope for recovery. Yet his life changed the moment he encountered a curious seal-like creature that emerged from the depths. Strangely enough, it seemed to emit a reassuring presence. Mel felt an inexplicable warmth flow through his body, and within days, his symptoms began to vanish. He believed he had truly stumbled upon a force beyond ordinary science. Over time, Mel shared how this strange meeting sparked a profound personal transformation. Once plagued by worries, he found himself viewing life with renewed optimism. He claimed his body felt younger, and his spirit soared in ways he never imagined. The shocking diagnosis from before now seemed like a distant memory. Friends noticed he walked taller, spoke more confidently, and seemed free of past burdens. In everything he did, from casual conversations to exploring the unknown, Mel carried a sense of hope that inspired those around him. Even skeptics felt drawn to his uplifting energy. Burning ice creates miniature pits. Burning ice earned its strange name after explorers in Nevada pulled regular ice from the pit, only to find it wouldn't melt normally. Instead, when they heated it, the ice caught fire, and burned for an unusually long time without disappearing. At first, people saw it as a perfect heat source, ignoring the strange dryness it created in the air. Water boiled in odd ways around it, and steam seemed to vanish into the flame. All these hints pointed to something more unsettling than just magic ice. A local who took a chunk of burning ice home soon discovered its terrifying side effects. Hoping to heat his small cabin, he placed this ever-burning substance in his wood stove. Yes, it provided warmth, but the air grew too dry to breathe comfortably, and everything in the cabin felt drained of moisture. Worst of all, over time, the floor beneath the stove began to sag, as though the ground itself were being eaten away by an unknown force. Eventually, the entire stove sank into a new miniature pit that formed under the cabin. Trying to retrieve it proved challenging, requiring a crane to lift it from this bizarre hole. By the time the stove was removed, the cabin had collapsed, reduced to ruins around that eerie opening. Locals stood in shock, taking it as a warning that burning ice held unpredictable powers. Seal-like creature communicates warnings. The seal-like creature from the second pit in Nevada was a mystery from the moment it appeared. Freed from a sheep lowered into the bottomless well, the creature defied every rule of biology. With eyes that seemed almost human, it gazed around calmly, as though it understood the people who had watched it come into this world. Later, locals claimed that it began communicating through beeps and clicks over the radio. At first, they dismissed these sounds as random interference, but after repeated experiments, they grew convinced that this strange being was issuing warnings. The creature reportedly wanted to warn them about the burning ice, a bizarre substance retrieved from the pit. This ice didn't melt in the usual way. When heated, it caught fire and created endless flames that dried out everything around it. Some suspected it could destroy entire areas if left unchecked. Fear spread among those who realized the potential harm it might cause. The seal, or whatever it truly was, urged them to be careful. People who once saw themselves as skeptics changed their minds after hearing the recorded beeps that seemed to follow a pattern. The Basque community, which had a special bond with the pit, took these messages seriously. They treated the seal-like creature like a guide, believing its warnings could save them from danger. Drangarnir. The Drangarnir sea stacks, located between the islands of Vagar and Tindalmur, are among the Faroe Islands' most photographed natural wonders. The two towering rock formations, uniquely shaped like a pair of doorways, rise dramatically from the North Atlantic Ocean. Accessible by boat or a challenging hike, these rugged rocks are a reminder of the region's volcanic origins. Surrounded by rolling green hills and the wild sea, Drangarnir offers a striking contrast between nature's stability and the ocean's restless energy. Unlike Drangarnir, our next entry is far out in the burning deserts. Check it out. Al-Nazla. Al-Nazla stands in the arid desert landscape of Saudi Arabia's Tema Oasis.
Saudi Arabia is known for many things, but Al-Nazla rock formation still remains an underrated geological wonder set in the heart of the Golden Desert.
This iconic rock formation is split perfectly in two, as if cleaved by a laser, resting delicately on two pedestals. Its geometric appearance has led to various theories about its creation, from natural erosion to ancient human intervention. The desert's expansive emptiness only amplifies the mystery of Al-Nazla's formation, making it a magnet for geologists and travelers curious about its origin and the forces that shaped it. Wulingyuan. Wulingyuan, a breathtaking UNESCO World Heritage Site in China's Hunan province, features over 3,000 sandstone pillars and peaks. These towering spires, many of which are over 200 meters tall, resemble an otherworldly forest made of stone. Dense forests, streams, and caves wind between the pillars, adding to the mystical atmosphere. The area is often covered in mist, giving the landscape a surreal and dreamlike quality, immortalized in films like Avatar, which drew inspiration from these formations. Marble Caves. The Marble Caves, located on General Carrera Lake in the Patagonian Andes.
The marble caves of Chile Chico are located on a peninsula of solid marble bordering a remote glacial lake that spans the Chile-Argentina border.
Are one of the most stunning natural formations in South America. The swirling patterns in the marble rock are the result of thousands of years of water erosion, creating smooth, vibrant blue caves. Accessible only by boat, the marble caves change color with the seasons and the time of day, as the light reflects off the lake's turquoise waters. Their remote location adds to the sense of awe and wonder experienced by those who visit. While this scene is a serene one, our next entry is far scarier, as you'll see. Trolltunga. Trolltunga, or the Troll's Tongue, is a narrow rock ledge that juts out horizontally from a cliffside, hovering nearly 700 meters above Lake Ringadalsvatnet in Norway. This dramatic viewpoint is accessible after a challenging hike, rewarding adventurers with sweeping views of the fjord landscape. According to legend, the rock was named after trolls, mythical creatures believed to live in the mountains and forests of Norway. Trolltunga's iconic shape and jaw-dropping location make it a bucket list destination for hikers. The Meraki Boulders. The Meraki Boulders, found on the Otago coast of New Zealand's South Island, are spherical rocks that resemble oversized marbles scattered along the beach.
Here's a close-up of some of the Meraki boulders on the east coast of New Zealand. Formed some 60 million years ago, scientists estimate. Amazing shapes, aren't they?
These ancient boulders, some of which are over 2 meters in diameter, are believed to have formed millions of years ago due to sedimentary deposits around hard cores. Local Maori legends describe the boulders as remains of ancient eel baskets washed ashore from a large canoe. The Moroi boulders' smooth, round shapes make them one of New Zealand's most fascinating geological curiosities. Bryce Canyon National Park. Bryce Canyon National Park, known for its striking hoodoos, is located in southern Utah. These towering spires of rock were shaped by millions of years of erosion and form a breathtaking amphitheater of red, orange, and white limestone. At sunrise and sunset, the park's unique formations glow in shades of gold and crimson, creating a stunning visual display. The park's high elevation offers sweeping views, and its ancient rock formations continue to captivate geologists, photographers, and adventurers alike. And it's not nearly the only one to do so. Manpupuner Rock Formation. The Manpupuner Rock Formation, also known as the Seven Strong Men, is a famous group of 7 towering rock columns found in Russia's Komi Republic. Rising above a windswept plateau, these stone pillars are said to represent 7 giants who, according to local legend, were turned into stone for their arrogance. The remote and harsh environment of the Ural Mountains adds to the grandeur of these natural monoliths, which have stood the test of time and legend. Bird Rock.
Long ago, our forefathers, along with a few of our foremothers, first set eyes on this place. They saw birds sitting on a rock, so they named it Bird Rock.
Bird Rock, located off the coast of California's Channel Islands, is a striking formation that resembles a bird in flight when viewed from the water. Its unique shape was sculpted over time by the relentless forces of the ocean. The rock is a favored resting spot for seabirds, who dot its surface and further add to its avian appearance. This remote and secluded location is accessible by boat, offering visitors a rare glimpse of nature's artistry amid the Pacific's rolling waves. Bisti/Denazin Wilderness. The Bisti/Denazin Wilderness, located in New Mexico's high desert, is a surreal landscape filled with strange rock formations, eroded badlands, and towering hoodoos. The name Bisti means a large area of shale hills in Navajo, while Denazin refers to the petroglyphs of birds found in the area. Erosion over millions of years has created a geological wonderland, with rocks shaped like mushrooms, eggs, and twisted sculptures. The wilderness's quiet, alien-like atmosphere makes it a unique and otherworldly experience. But there's still more to come. Wave Rock. Wave Rock, a natural rock formation in Western Australia, resembles a massive ocean wave frozen in time. Over 14 meters high and 110 meters long, The granite formation was shaped by water erosion over millions of years. The curved, smooth surface and striped colors give the rock its characteristic wave-like appearance. Wave Rock's stunning visuals and unique shape make it a popular destination for tourists, and a symbol of Australia's incredible geological diversity. Delicate Arch. Delicate Arch, located in Arches National Park, is one of Utah's most recognizable landmarks. Standing over 18 meters tall, this freestanding natural arch was formed by the gradual erosion of sandstone layers over millions of years. The arch's unique shape and its location on a steep hillside make it a must-see for visitors to the park. Giant's Causeway.
Well, hello from the Giant's Causeway on the north coast of Northern Ireland, where we have some incredible breaking news for you today. There have been unconfirmed reports that the giant Finn McCool has gone into winter hibernation. Now, earlier today,
Giant's Causeway, a UNESCO World Heritage Site on Northern Ireland's coast, is famous for its thousands of interlocking basalt columns. These hexagonal pillars, formed by volcanic activity 60 million years ago, create a stepping stone-like appearance. Legend tells of the giant Finn McCool, who built the causeway to cross the sea to fight a rival in Scotland. And it's not the only one with grand associations. In fact, our next entry could as well be royalty itself. Queen's Head. The Queen's Head rock formation, located in Taiwan's Yelyu Geopark, is a slender column of stone that resembles the profile of a queen. This unique formation, shaped by wind and water erosion over thousands of years, has become a symbol of the island's natural beauty. The Queen's Head is celebrated for its elegance and fragility, and it continues to draw visitors despite its delicate structure. Tsingy de Bemaraha. Tsingy de Bemaraha, also known as the Stone Forest of Madagascar, is a labyrinth of sharp, jagged limestone formations that rise dramatically from the ground. These needle-like structures were carved by centuries of erosion and create a stunning maze-like landscape. Visitors must navigate narrow passages and climb steep paths to explore this otherworldly forest. Devil's Tower.
A climber is killed Sunday night at Devil's Tower National Monument. A release from Devil's Tower.
Devil's Tower, a striking monolithic column of rock in northeastern Wyoming, rises nearly 1,200 feet above the surrounding plains. This national monument, formed by volcanic activity, is sacred to several Native American tribes. Its distinct shape and towering presence have inspired both awe and reverence. Climbers and hikers are drawn to the tower's steep columned sides, while its cultural and geological significance continues to attract visitors from around the world. And if you thought this was great, our next entry is sure to blow your mind. Arbol de Piedra. The Arbol de Piedra, or stone tree, is a natural rock formation located in Bolivia's Eduardo Avaroa Andean Fauna National Reserve. This sandstone rock, shaped like a tree, stands over 5 meters tall and was formed by wind erosion in the harsh desert environment. The stark, barren landscape surrounding the Arbol de Piedra only enhances its striking appearance. Balanced Rock. Balanced Rock, located in Colorado's Garden of the Gods, is a massive red sandstone boulder that appears to be precariously balanced on a narrow pedestal. Weighing over 700 tons, this rock formation has become one of the park's most popular attractions. Its dramatic appearance, set against the backdrop of the towering Rocky Mountains, adds to the surreal beauty of the landscape. The Fairy Shoe. The Fairy Shoe, located in Taiwan's Yelyu Geopark, is a whimsical rock formation that resembles a dainty slipper left behind by mythical creatures. Carved by thousands of years of natural erosion, the shoe-like structure stands out among the park's unusual landscape. Set against the backdrop of the sea, the Fairy Shoe has become a favorite spot for visitors. Its charming shape and mysterious appearance contribute to the enchanting atmosphere of Yelyu, where nature's artistry takes on unexpected and playful forms. Much like this one, our final entry is an even greater testament to the power of time. The 12 Apostles of Australia. The 12 Apostles, located along Australia's Great Ocean Road, are towering limestone stacks that rise majestically from the Southern Ocean. Formed by erosion, These rock formations were once part of the mainland, slowly carved by wind and water over millennia. Today, only 8 of the original 12 apostles remain, their rugged beauty attracting tourists from around the globe. Number 13. Pit of Hell in Turkmenistan. Just picture a large void, a gateway to the underworld itself, a place where a burning furnace lights up the night sky in unimaginable ways. This isn't your average, ordinary hole. It's an abyss that, though created by humans, defies human comprehension. When you look at this burning crater, it looks like a pit of fire, similar to what people imagine when they talk about hell. This pit in question is more than a physical void. It's a portal to realms unimaginable. If you dared to stand at its edge, you'd feel a shiver coursing through your entire body as the air here hangs heavy with the scent of an undescribed mystery, drawing you closer as if an unseen force pulls at your very soul. Located in a remote area of Turkmenistan, adventurer George Karunis describes being the first person to enter the door to hell and what he found when he reached the bottom. Karunis and his team were unable to verify the story behind the pit, but they definitely confirmed that the singular site exists. In his words, "It is burning with a tremendous amount of flame, like there is a lot of fire down there. Day or night, it is clearly burning. You can hear the roar of the fire if you stand at the edge. The heat, if you are downwind of it, is unbearable. There are thousands of little flames all around the edges and towards the center." Contrary to what you may think, the pit is man-made. Long ago, in 1971, some scientists spotted it as a site that was rich in natural gas, and so to extract the gas, they started drilling until they accidentally found a gas-filled big hole underground that had collapsed and created a crater. So in a bid to prevent the poisonous gases from escaping into the air, they took a rather drastic decision by setting the gas on fire with the thought that it would burn out quickly. But things took an unexpected turn, and instead of a few hours, since then, the gas has been burning for over 50 years now, attracting every curious mind all over the globe to witness its rage.